Coming up on Double Take Sports Talk, we will have your previews of our respective teams, the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs. We'll also have our predictions, headlines, and our final thoughts. That's all next on Double Take Sports Talk. All right, Double Take Sports Talk. Welcome to the podcast with me here, Darren Watts. Say hello to Darren Watts on the opposite side of me.
All right, my man, Darren Watts. What's going on?
All right, what's going on with you?
Not too much, man. Just looking at that.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
All right. There you have it. We have our little nice introduction. So that being said, we are ready to start this podcast. Darren, you ready to do it?
Always, man.
Let's do it. Let's do this. All right, previews of the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals. Let's start with the Chicago Cubs preview. Darren, it's your floor.
All right, man. Here we go. Tonight's game, I should say, will feature the 60-54 Chicago Cubs going against the Arizona Diamondbacks, the 64-51 on the year. Oh, wow. That's interesting. That is an 8:10 p.m. pitch-off or Eastern time at Chase Field. Projected probable starters on the mound tonight for the Cubs would be left-handed pitcher John Lester. He is 8-6 on the year with a 3.97 ERA with 146 strikeouts. And for the right side of the Arizona Diamondbacks, you have Patrick Corbin, left-handed pitcher. He is 8-11 on the year with a 4.76 ERA with 125 strikeouts. John Lester has posted his 14th quality start in his last outing, but did not get a decision on that game. He held the Nationals to 3 runs over 6 2/3 innings and 5 starts. Since the All-Star break, he has the ERA of 3.03. He's 4-3 with a 4.25 ERA on the road this season. Ouch. This is going to be pretty costly if he don't get it together. Patrick Corbin. He has allowed 14 runs in 9 innings during his first 2 starts of August, but just 10 of those runs were earned. He struck out 10 batters over 6 innings over the Giants in the August 6th loss. All right, a couple things to know about this game. A.J. Pollock is 5 for 12 in his career against John Lester with 2 extra base hits. His .417 average is tops among Arizona players who have faced Lester at least 10 times. Lester has held left-handed batters to a .185 batting average, which was 22 for 119 this season, while right-handers are hitting .262. That means they're 103 for 393 against him. And also, lastly, Patrick Corbin is 1-2 with a 2.55 ERA. He has 7 earned runs and 24.2 innings pitched over his last 4 home starts. That's all I have for the Chicago Cubs and the Arizona Diamondbacks preview. Now, Darren, we can go ahead and do your St. Louis preview.
Let's take a look at a quick preview for the Atlanta Braves and the St. Louis Cardinals. First pitch at 7:15 p.m. at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. All right, things you need to know for this game. Braves first baseman Freddie Freeman has 3 hits, including a home run. It's at 6 at-bats against Martinez and 4 RBIs, and that's Carlos Martinez. And speaking of Carlos Martinez, he has limited the Braves' third baseman Brandon Phillips to a .22 average on 4 hits in 18 at-bats. Brandon Phillips has more strikeouts, which is 5, than hits against Carlos Martinez. And the last thing to know for this game, Cardinals center fielder Dexter Flowers' first inning walk Friday extended his streak to 9 games in which he reached via a walk. And them are your things to know and the preview of the Atlanta Braves and the St. Louis Cardinals. And now let's take a look at those starting lineups for the Chicago Cubs and the Arizona Diamondbacks and the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Atlanta Braves. Let's take a look at those starting lineups. The starting pitcher for the Atlanta Braves, Lucas Sims with an 0-2 record, a 5.25 ERA, and 6 strikeouts. And for the St. Louis Cardinals, we have Carlos Martinez. He has an 8-9 record, a 3.52 ERA, and 158 strikeouts. Predictions: Chicago Cubs, Arizona Diamondbacks. Darren, let's start with you. Who do you have in this game?
Oh man, I didn't expect the Cubs to win yesterday either. But this is a different ball game I'm looking at right now. I pretty got the Cubs in this game.
Me too. Got the Cubs in this game. Definitely got the Cubs in this game.
Definitely.
And then the Atlanta Braves and the St. Louis Cardinals. Darrell, who you have in this game?
St. Louis is on freaking fire, and I got them in this game too.
They on fire, but I got one concern, and that's Carlos Martinez. He has been a very unpredictable pitcher. I'm not solely sold on him just right now, but I am going to take that risk and go ahead and go with the Cardinals.
I was going to say, because regardless to the fact, the last 3 starters there in St. Louis, the last 3 starters have struggled, and they have been down runs, and their offense got it together. So I don't think it's going to be much different with Carlos Martinez. Cardinals going to win this game. They are 2 on fire. They're 2 on fire.
Yeah, that's true, but I'm just not 100% on Carlos Martinez. I just, there's something about him that just don't set me off.
Yeah, he gonna struggle. I mean, don't get it wrong. He's gonna struggle. It's just that the offense has always came into play.
They have, but I look at the other 3 pitchers and I see their confidence far more than Carlos Martinez. I don't see his confidence as much as I do those other 3 pitchers, Lance Lee and Adam Wainwright, and one more. Who's that other one?
I forgot. I couldn't tell you.
I'm getting it. Lance Lynn, I just looked at it. Lance Lynn, Adam Wainwright, there's Carlos Martinez. There's one more. Crap. Don't remember. Forgot. But and I'm gonna be ashamed when I find out who it is. Matter of fact, I know I'm gonna find out.
You better find out before you feel ashamed that we moving on from that portion and we actually go and hit this up. Oh wow, sorry.
Michael Leake. Golly. Michael Leake. That's who it is. Michael Leake. I don't see the confidence in Carlos Martinez as I do those three. So even though that I'm not solely sold on him, I'm still going with St. Louis.
It'd be the best decision if you actually did, because the Cardinals are just on fire right now. They're, regardless if
they swept Kansas City, so that's a good thing.
Yes, they did. They took their I-70 and showed Kansas
bragging
City.
rights.
Yeah, show Kansas City, we got this. Yeah. We got the city. We got the state of Missouri.
Mm-hmm. So there you have it. We have Chicago Cubs, Arizona Diamondbacks, St. Louis Cardinals, and the Atlanta Braves. Headlines: NBA, NFL, MLB. Darren, it's yours.
All right, here we go. Here's your headlines for the sports world of NBA, NFL, and MLB for August 12th, 2017. All right, for the NBA side, the Sixers Celtics are tied for the NBA London game in 2018. And really? Miles Turner expects the Pacers to make the playoffs. I just read this in 2017, 2018. I'll save my comments for that later. Anyway, Kevin Durant took pay cut to help underpaid teammates in Golden State, which is perfect. Moving on to the NFL side. Breaking news that just broke out probably about 15, 20 minutes ago. Kicker Roberto Aguayo was waived by the Buccaneers after he missed 2 preseason field goals. Let's see. Also breaking news yesterday was Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott suspended for 6 games by the NFL. He is going to appeal that. And also, lastly, for the NFL, Ryan Tannehill is to have season-ending ACL injury surgery. Moving on to the baseball side, MLB. We mentioned it earlier during the predictions. St. Louis Cardinals on the roll. Got a game tonight against the Atlanta Braves on MLB TV. The Cubs topped the Diamondbacks last night. And on a sore left knee, lands Dustin Pedroia on DL. And also Wilson Contreras, the catcher of the Chicago Cubs, is also on a 10-day DL with a hamstring injury. All right, that's all I have for the sports world of MLB, NFL, and NBA for August 12th, 2017.
Oh, no technical difficulties.
And I was actually going to wait about a second or two, maybe even 3, just to wait to see what happened and stuff like that.
No kidding.
Yeah. All right. The final thoughts, dear. You got anything?
Nope. Sure don't. Just ready for some NBA 2K17, pimp.
So am I. But I got to get your thoughts on that Miles Turner. Talking about the Pacers making the playoffs.
You want my thoughts?
Yeah.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility of them going back to the playoffs, absolutely. There was a playoff team last year. They definitely could. Well, they won the playoff team last year, but they made the playoffs. They could definitely make it this year without Larry Bird being in that head coach position. And
I think he said that based off of Paul George winning out in Indiana.
And that's very true. And I would not rule that out. And I believe that part of the reason, too. I strongly believe that they can actually go even further without distractions. As long as they have no distractions and they can all work as a team, they'll be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be just fine.
I think they'll be okay. Well, in my personal opinion, I think they get rid of McMillan.
Yeah. Yeah. I would love – now, not being funny, and I'm not saying this to be ignorant or belligerent or anything like that, or to contradict myself or nothing like that. But I would love to see Larry Bird back on the bench. I really do.
And you know what? Considering him, as he said that he's not a coach, he, to me, is more of a coach versus vice president of basketball operations.
And that's true. But there's also something in that point that he said. He's absolutely right. He is not a coach. He's more of a motivator, but that does make him a coach. Again, you looked at Dick Carter and Rick Carlisle. Every time in those timeouts, who do you see talking the most? Either Rick Carlisle or Dick Carter. Whichever one they had trouble with before that timeout was the person that was talking. Larry Bird wasn't talking. He was talking during the game.
Yeah, he was talking during the game.
He was talking
when it came down to the foul, or when somebody got fouled, to hit the foul shot to get to the free throw line,
or a quick strategy that he seen on the floor that other players tried to do that he did when he was playing ball at the time. So it was just all about that quick strategy and motivating on that end. So I would love to see him back on that court. I would love for him to talk to Thaddeus Young and Miles Turner, your two big guys. Actually, your three big guys, the C.J. Miles. Well, not C.J. Miles. I don't even know who's going to be the small forward. But, talk to maybe the young rookie. Yeah. Get in their heads. Yeah. Get in their heads. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. But, yeah.
I agree. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I have to.
Get ready to sneeze.
No, I have to.
Okay. I see. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good trick. Okay. All right. Is there anything else? We go ahead and get up on out of here. All right, that is another edition of Double Take Sports Talk. If you like what you see, just give the video a thumbs up. How you feel about today's show? Just comment on the comment section below. As usual, we are here. Of course, we are on the social medias. We are on Facebook. We're on Twitter, and we're on Instagram. Just hit us up there. We'll reply the best way we can. Of course, if you have any questions for us, just hit us up on our social media sites. We're also there, too. We'll reply in the best way we can. But until then, I'm Darren. Darren's on the opposite side.
Yep.
All right. Catch up with us on another episode of Double Take Sports Talk. Until then,
ciao.
Double Take Sports Talk here with me, Darren Watts. As many of you know, me and Darren enjoy talking sports and giving out stats, but we also enjoy entertaining while doing it. So with that being said, you can check us out on the social media side and get more involved in our podcast. We're on Twitter at DTST2414, or you like us on Facebook, Double Take Sports Talk page at The Watch Brothers. We're also on YouTube. Like, share, do what you got to do with that. Once again, we don't mind. Also, we are finally back on the podcast app for audio-only purposes for those who enjoy audio-only of our podcast. We're also on the blog, feature critical thinking of analysis, and you can check that out at doubletakesportstalk.blogspot.com. Thanks again.